Dr. Tony D. Collins is here to encourage, motivate, inspire, guide you into excellence. Your success matters. Your dreams matter. Sign up right now with Shepherd One Coaching and become a better you. Dr. Tony D. Collins is here to encourage, motivate, inspire, guide you into excellence. Your success matters. Your dreams matter. Sign up right now with Shepherd One Coaching and become a better you. Dr. Tony D. Collins is here to encourage, motivate, inspire, guide you into excellence. Your success matters. Your dreams matter. Sign up right now with Shepherd One Coaching and become a better you. Dr. Tony D. Collins is here to encourage, motivate, inspire, guide you into excellence. Your success matters. Your dreams matter. Sign up right now with Shepherd One Coaching and become a better you. Dr. Tony D. Collins is here to encourage, motivate, inspire, guide you into excellence. Your success matters. Your dreams matter. Sign up right now with Shepherd One Coaching and become a better you.
Well, good morning, everyone, on this wonderful Wednesday morning. It's a great day to be alive, and I'm excited that you've joined us here on Morning Mocha. Of course, you've landed in the right place at the right time, and we're going to get started in just a few minutes. But I have a birthday shout out to make today for none other than Miss First One in herself, in the person of Rosemary Hardy. Happy birthday, Rosemary Hardy. And you know, Rosemary, your birthday popped up at just the right time because the other day, Pastor Mike Grubbs, he called me and told me that he wanted to bless one of the Morning Mocha family members with a book. And I guess he left it to my discretion as to whom to give it to. So he purchased a book on the behalf of one of our Morning Mocha family members. And since today is your birthday, Rosemary Hardy, and since you're always, most always anyway, the first one in each and every morning, I want to gift that that book to you for your birthday and to celebrate you today in this special, special way. Now, I'm sorry, everybody else. I know you're feeling like, well, I didn't get anything for my birthday. Well, like I said, it's a special occasion, and the timing was perfect. And who's more deserving than this gift today than Rosemary Hardy? So, Rosemary Hardy, you are the designated recipient of my latest book, Between Two Opinions. And I know you probably may already have the book, but you might be able to take that book and bless your other one with somebody else, rather, with your other book that you have. Regardless, it's yours to do with it what you will. So happy birthday to you, Rosemary Hardy. And again, let me say a good morning to each and every one of you. You all are starting to come in slower and slower every day, and I'm starting to wonder, are y'all getting tired of me? Do y'all need me to take another break? Do I need to go off for a little bit and give you some time to recover from me? Because I realize that too much of me may not be good for some of you. I guess you could say that if you felt like you were getting too much of me, you could shut me off at any time. But again, I'm honored that you all join us here each and every morning. I think some of you might not yet have turned your notifications on. If that's you, you have not turned on your notification on my YouTube channel, please take the time to do so. I know that sometimes these notifications and things of that nature get twisted and messed up and don't always function the way we intend for them to function. But sometimes you have to keep playing with it until you get it just right. Some of y'all saying, "Or don't do it, Bishop, don't do it." Well, listen, I know that some of you all are wanting me to come on here every morning and continue to do this because you're getting free coaching, so to speak. But hey, I'm just going to be upfront with you. That's not real good for my business. You know, I got a business that I'm trying to grow here as well. Yes, I do. I have a business that I'm trying to grow. And some of you could do better. You can do much better by engaging my coaching services so you can get that one-on-one time, one-on-one attention. All right. So again, as you're listening, please consider engaging my services at some point or another. At least give someone a recommendation. Recommend me to someone that you know is looking for a life coach. It would be greatly appreciated. So again, if push comes to shove, we may have to scale back just a little bit more. You know how they say sometimes you don't miss the water until the well runs dry. Now, again, I'm not planning on shutting this off anytime soon, but I must look out for myself and put myself in the best position to cause my business to grow and go in the way that I desire. Yes, it is about the business. I'm trying to be upfront with you guys. I'm trying to tell you the truth about the situation. I didn't start the business just to say I have a business, but I want to be able to serve people. I want to be able to engage people and help people become the best version of themselves. And I know some of you might say, well, you're doing it here on Morning Mocha. Well, that's easy for you to say simply because you don't have to go through all the preparation and all the stuff that I have to go through to make sure that what I'm sharing with you each and every morning is beneficial to you, that it is interesting and engaging. So again, please consider patronizing Shepherd One coaching and become a better you. Today, I want to talk to you about empty promises. Empty promises. How many of you believe that you deserve to live a good life? Hands up. All right. Yeah. Yeah. How many of you believe that you deserve to live the best life? Hands up again. All right. How many of you have concluded that the life you believe you deserve to live is just a dream? Oh, I hope I didn't get very many hands up there, because you're in the danger zone if you feel as though the life that you believe that you deserve to live is just a dream. That's not good when you start referring to your dreams and visions as just a dream, because when you say it that way, there is some implication or indication that you think that maybe what you desire is not possible for you. And let me remind you once again, I've told you this so many times over the course of the past year, that anything is possible. You know, one of the things that I find most beautiful about children is children are dreamers. Children dream big. Children believe in their dreams, and they believe that their dreams come true. I love it. The other thing I like about it is the fact that children do not put limits on their dreams. They truly believe that anything is possible. Now, some of you might be saying, well, they feel that way because they're young and naive. Okay, but there could be some power in their naivete, if you will. You know, the fact that they haven't been tainted with doubt and disbelief really proves to be a wonderful and beautiful thing. You know, Walt Disney was a dreamer, and people thought him to be somewhat eccentric with his thinking. They thought he was weird or different, and yes, he was to some degree with some people. I'm not necessarily saying that he was weird, but I'm saying that he was different. He was a person who dared to dream. He allowed his imagination just to run wild. And the beautiful thing about Walt Disney was that he never grew up from dreaming. He remained a dreamer until the day he died. And because he was a dreamer, he was very creative. He was able to create just from his imagination. His ability to dream, his ability to imagine things caused him to accomplish great things that are still impacting the lives of people today. And I'm talking about years after his passing. I'm not sure how long Walt Disney's been dead, but, you know, I know it's at least 4 to 5 decades, somewhere in there. 40 to 50 years. I don't know, may not be quite that long, but he's been gone for quite some time. But yet, to this day, his dreams, his visions, his imagination is still bringing joy to the lives of people around the world. As a matter of fact, most people, children and adults alike, well, let me say for adults in particular, anytime adults even now go to one of the theme parks that was created by Walt Disney, those adults are known to become children all over again, at least for the time that they're spending in the park. Now, that doesn't happen with everybody because, some adults are too adult to imagine themselves having childlike fun, okay? But they are at least willing to take the children there to allow them to enjoy the parks or whatever. But again, what he imagined during his childhood has come to fruition, if you will, and people are benefiting, being blessed. Joy is being brought to the lives of many people, children and adults alike. And so there's something to maintaining that childlike attitude to some. I'm not telling you to be childish. That's not what I'm suggesting. But you need to maintain somewhat of a heart of a child to be able to continue to dream and to believe in your dreams. The biggest dream killers for children, I want you to hear me real good here, are adults. Adults who have had a few bad experiences in life, or for whatever reason, stop pursuing their dreams. They are some of the biggest dream killers for children. Adults become dream killers when they start to plant seeds of doubt in the minds of children. They'll say things to children when children start to share their dreams for the future. They'll say things like, I don't know if that's going to be possible. Why? I don't know. They'll say things like, don't get your hopes up too high. I know all of you have heard it said to you even now, maybe a time or two. Some dream killers will say to children, you're not growing up in the right neighborhood to do something like that. And what about this one? You're the wrong color to be successful in that particular industry. Dream killers. And it's only because they've had a few bad experiences themselves. The issue with many adults is that they become victims of their own empty promises. Now, I'm convinced that every adult at one time or another was a dreamer. You were a dreamer that made promises to yourself. You promised yourself that when you grew up, you were going to do this, that, and the other. And at the time that you were stating these things, you truly believed that you were going to pull off these things because at that time, in your innocence, before you got tainted by an adult, you truly believed that whatever you desired to do or accomplish was possible. Wow. But then this thing called life happened. And this thing called life, when it happened, it came with all the obstacles, hindrances, roadblocks tailor-made to keep you from fulfilling your childhood promises you made to yourself. How many of you did that? How many of you actually made promises to yourself when you were a child? How many of you actually dreamed about accomplishing certain things? How many of you really dreamed about being someone that you desired to be? Working in a field or in an occupation that you really hope to work in. But before you knew it, your childhood promises became impossibilities in your estimation. And it really wasn't your fault. I'm not trying to pass the blame game, but many of us start thinking that what we once believed was possible had become impossible because of the challenges that you face in your life. So what did you do? Many of us, we shifted our dreams. You made new promises to yourself. But there's a problem with that. Some people get caught up in a repeating cycle. You make certain promises to yourself, and when those promises that you make to yourself don't come to pass, you get a little bit frustrated, and now you make new promises to yourself. You develop new dreams. You have new hopes. And that's only for the sake of satisfying or soothing some ill feeling that you have as a result of failure or what you perceive to be failure. And you go through this cycle over and over and over again. Michelle, I really like what you're saying here. You said I'm still dreaming. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But you're still dreaming. You're still dreaming. That's the important thing. But not only must you continue to dream, but you gotta believe in your dream. Don't allow your dreams to become tainted by doubt and to become hindered by your fears. See, some of you stop dreaming because you lack confidence in yourself. You don't even believe in yourself. First of all, it would do some of us quite well if we would simply acknowledge the brilliance in some of the dreams or inspirations that we receive. I shared with you a month or so ago about how all of your inspirations come from God. God gives you the gift of inspiration. He allows you to dream. He initiates your dream because there's something that he desires even for you, that he wants you to accomplish in life so that you might experience the fulfillment in life that you desire to fulfill. But God doesn't shut off the process of life or the process of living simply because he's given you a dream. Life is going to continue to happen. But here's what a lot of people don't understand about their dreams. Your dreams are given to you so that you might persevere and even overcome some of the obstacles that life throw at you in an attempt to keep you from achieving your best life or realizing your best life. That's what your dreams are for. Your dreams are given to you as a mechanism to counteract life happening, things not going as well as you anticipate. Now, don't ever get it twisted. None of us are going to just flow through life without having any challenges, any obstacles, any hindrances. It's not going to happen. But when those challenges come, I think that's the time that each of us need to go back and review and revisit the dreams that we have, the desires that we have. And that's when we need to remind ourselves why our dreams and visions are so important. If you stop dreaming, if you stop having visions, if you stop hoping, even if you stop making promises to yourself, then what do you have to look forward to in life? And I truly believe that as long as you're alive, there ought to be something that you can look forward to in life that keeps you excited, that keeps that drive in you, that keeps you hoping and even expecting better, hoping and expecting for the best. You got to free yourself from that cycle where you keep shifting dreams just for the sake of satisfying your ill feelings. Some of those dreams, many of your dreams, most of your dreams, or even all of your dreams, you must be persistent in trying to make sure that those dreams come to pass, that you fulfill the promises that you make to yourself. Your promises are winding up as empty promises simply because you're not persistent in your pursuits. Am I making you a bit uncomfortable here? Or am I provoking thought in you? Because I still say that there are many of you that log on each and every day. You are with us each and every day. And you have things that are stored up on the inside of you that are supposed to come out. Things that will not only just bless you, but they'll bless other people's things that you've been desiring to do, dreams that you've been desiring to have fulfilled since you were a child. But yet you've never taken occasion to actively and aggressively pursue your dreams, to fulfill the promises that you've made to yourself. And there are a number of things that you promised yourself that have become nothing more than empty promises. Somewhere between the points of imagination and manifestation, you keep dropping the ball. You keep falling short of fulfilling the promises you're making to yourself. Now, let's be real about this. We all have good intentions when making promises to ourselves, but many of us make the mistake of assuming that fulfilling our dreams is going to be easy. Let's be honest. That's one of the problems. We think that because we have a dream, that fulfilling that dream is going to be easy, but that's not the case. Dreaming is the only part that's easy with regards to fulfilling your dream. That's the only easy part of fulfilling your dream, dreaming. It takes work. It takes hard work. It takes persistence. It takes determination to fulfill your dreams. It takes time and patience to fulfill your dreams. It takes a commitment to yourself to fulfill your dreams. Now, I can speak very authoritatively on this because I've been there. I'm yet there right now. My coaching business hasn't taken off the way I desired for it to, but I'm going to remain persistent. I've got to understand it's going to take me working hard. It's going to take me being persistent. It's going to take me to continue to be committed to my dream, committed to fulfilling my dream. Now, I'm not saying it's bad and down in the dumps. Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. But in order for this to reach the pinnacle that I envision it reaching, I'm going to have to work hard, be persistent, and remain committed to what I have promised myself that I'm going to do. Listen, you simply cannot allow a few speed bumps in the road to turn your dreams into empty promises. No, everything is not going to go smoothly for you. But yes, you will experience challenges and difficulties. That can be expected. But no, it's not impossible for you to realize your dreams. It's absolutely not impossible. But then, yes, you do deserve for your dreams to come to pass. The fulfillment of every dream starts with positive thinking. Starts with you believing in yourself. For many of you, your only problem is you simply need to start believing again. But Bishop, you don't know how many times I've tried and failed. Start believing again. How many times have I told you that you've got to look at what you perceive as failings as lessons learned? You haven't failed at so many things, but you've learned great lessons from many things, from things that you have attempted. Take a page from your childhood and start to believe for things that may even seem impossible. I said to you earlier that children, they place no limits on their dreams. They just don't. Now, children get excited about their dreams, and children don't mind sharing their dreams with people. As a matter of fact, most children love to share their dreams with other people. And sometimes when sitting down talking with children, having that conversation wherein they're sharing with you their hopes and dreams, for me, it can be very, very, very inspiring. Listening to children. And sometimes the younger that they are and the more concrete their dreams seem to be, really becomes most inspiring for me. I've sat and listened to children, and my response to them sharing their dream with me oftentimes has been, wow, that's amazing. I sometimes leave those conversations thinking to myself, what if adults would think that way? What if adults weren't so tainted by their past experiences? What if adults had a different perspective on their challenges in life, the challenges to their desires and their dreams? What if they had that childlike persistence, that childlike faith, if you will, believing despite the odds? See, that's the beautiful thing about children. Children don't know anything about odds, neither do they care. And for them, what seems impossible to other people seems very possible for them. I love it when I've seen adults challenge the dreams of a child and say something like, you can't do that. And the child responds, yes, I can. And the adult comes back and say, no, you can't. No, you can't. And that child is so adamant about convincing that adult that they can. I've seen children even break down in tears. I mean, literally break down in tears because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to receive the reality or this negative language that suggests that they cannot do whatever it is they desire to do. Yes, some of the things they may want to do may include defying the laws of gravity. Okay, that's their imagination, and at some point, they'll come to realize that there is such a thing as the law of gravity. But at this point in their life, I'm just excited for them that they're able and willing to have unlimited dreams based on what they are able to imagine for themselves. That's the kind of stuff that true dreams are made of. And it's so sad when a tainted adult comes along and tries to taint the mind and the spirits of children simply because they have not followed through on their own dreams. You need to start believing again. Why? Why is that so important? Because all things are possible to those who believe. All things are possible to those who believe. Now, we know, those who are of the Christian faith, we know and believe that that's applicable to our faith, if you will. We believe that all things are possible to those who believe. But we shouldn't just confine it to our Christian faith, so to speak, to our church or ministry activities. That is a principle that can be applied to your everyday living. If you can believe it, it's possible. If you can envision it, it's possible. If you can believe in yourself, it is doable. You just got to start believing. But then once you truly start to believe, then you got to take another step. You got to stop just dreaming and start doing. If you never attempt to bring a dream to pass, then that dream is not good for anything. That dream is only valid when you're asleep. It's easy for some of you to dream while you're asleep. But how many of you have the power to daydream? Daydreaming, dreaming while you're fully awake, dreaming while you're fully conscious. Dreaming during a time where you can take a moment to record that dream on paper and then start to develop a plan to dream that, to bring that dream to pass. And I think it's good to put your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your promises down on paper so that you might review them and revisit them in the future. when needed, when necessary, when you need a little inspiration. You don't have to try to memorize it, although it's good. It ought to be etched in your memory. But when you've recorded it on paper, you can go back and look at it and read it word for word and become inspired all over again. And that's where you find the fuel and the fire to keep your promises to yourself from becoming empty promises. You got to get over that fear of failing. See, the reason why that's so important is that you can never know what you can succeed at until you are unafraid to fail. That's what's keeping a lot of you from getting started. You're too afraid to fail. Full disclosure, I almost talked myself out of starting my coaching business. I did. I came very close to talking myself out of it because I started playing the what if game from the wrong perspective. What if I really can't do this? What if people are not willing to pay for coaching? What if no one ever feel as though they need coaching? What if I can't get enough clients to sustain a coaching business? What if? What if I start this business and it becomes a total flop? What if? Well, I had to reverse my thinking. I had to change it. I had to shift it. And start asking myself, well, what if I'm good at this? What if people are at a place where they really feel as though they need coaching? What if there's a clientele out there that or who are willing to invest in themselves enough to engage the services of a coach that will come alongside them and help them to move from where they are to where they want to be? What if there are people out there just waiting to connect with the right person? Someone whom they feel they can trust. Someone whom they feel possesses the kind of wisdom necessary to help them to get over the hump, if you will. And when I started to focus more on the positive what ifs rather than the negative what ifs, that's when I overcame my fear of failing. I'm no longer afraid to fail because I already know that if I do fail, my failing won't be failures. They will only be lessons learned with how not to do certain things or how to do certain things even better. So I'm in a win-win situation so long as I keep believing, so long as I remain persistent, for so long as I'm willing to put in the work. And the same applies to you. It does. You just got to stop talking yourself out of things. Every promise you make to yourself has the potential to be fulfilled if you're willing to try and unafraid to fail. That's the long and the short of it. You simply got to be willing to try and unafraid to fail. Are you tired of living with the thought of your empty promises on your mind, on your conscience daily? Are you really tired of that? Well, don't you think it's about time you do something about it? Don't you think that it's time that you start taking actions to fulfill these promises that you've made to yourself, whatever they may be? I just find, for me even now, that some things are easier to go through and to accomplish when I have someone who will join me in my journey. Someone who will encourage me, someone who will push me. Well, you need someone to encourage you. We all could stand to have someone encourage us a time or two, to push us when we get a little bit discouraged, to encourage us when we get discouraged, to push us when we feel like giving up, to let us know that the next level is possible, to remind us that we have, or you have, let me say this to you, you have the potential to be successful just like the next person. In many cases, the only difference between you and someone who's experiencing major success in the fields of their desire is that they're willing to do. They were unwilling to take no for an answer. They refuse to give up. Yeah, I've had to coach myself a time or two, Sister Michelle. Yes, I have. But it even feels even better when someone else is on the outside looking in and can share a word of advice or encouragement or just push me to see some things that I haven't necessarily paid attention to. I've said to you on so many occasions that all of us have blind spots. And some of the things that keep us from fulfilling the promises to ourselves are our blind spots that many of us yet have. And sometimes it takes someone else to point out our blind spots. But the moment our blind spots are revealed to us and we acknowledge them, and we become determined to eliminate those blind spots in whatever area, then that's when you start down the road towards your destiny. Because now you can see some things that you couldn't see in the past. And it's not that you didn't want to see them. You just couldn't see them because of your vantage point. I mean, think about this. Right now, I cannot see what's behind me. I can't. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. But if Lady Ann were to walk in the room right now, she could see everything in my blind spot because she would have a different vantage point. It works that way in life. Sometimes you just need a partner, someone else that will come alongside and say, hey, you know what? I see something here that you may not be able to see. And instead of being arrogant and becoming offended, sometimes you just need to listen, take advice, and respond accordingly. And as you begin to do that, you'll see many of the promises that you made to yourself. You'll see them come to pass. Well, good people, that's all I have for you today. I hope this has been a blessing for you. Sister Rosemary, she said it's good to have cheerleaders. You gain strength in that. Listen, sometimes the best coaches are cheerleaders. Let me tell you one of the things that holds a lot of people back. And I'm just going to say it straight out. It's because you're too cheap. You refuse to invest in yourself. You want everything for free. Some of you will say things like, I'm not going to pay anybody just to talk to me or for me to talk to them. Let me tell you why you make that kind of conclusions. Because you don't value yourself enough. And you certainly don't value the time, effort, and energies that others need to expend to pour into you to help you accomplish what you want to do. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, then you can't expect a return from yourself. I'm going to say that again. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, you can't expect a return from yourself. That's real talk. So I want you to consider it again. I might be the very thing you need to help push you over the hump. I'm just saying. Well, if you're curious now and you're contemplating, thinking, well, I need to engage a life coach. Maybe I need to at least look into it. What harm will it be to look into it? Go to my website. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It's been scrolling there throughout the entire session. All right. Go check out my website. Drop me an email. Let me know that you're interested in at least having a consultation to see what we can do, how we can work together to help push you or move you from where you are to where you want to be. Wow. Someone said, invest in yourself. It will be money well spent. Jennifer Lee. Praise God. All right, y'all. Love you. God bless you. Hope you'll join me again tomorrow. And if this has been a blessing to you, share it with somebody else. Dr. Tony D. Cobbins, Shepherd One Coaching, right here on this YouTube channel. Again, spread the word, spread the love, be a blessing to someone else. Until tomorrow morning, my desire is that you have a blessed, wonderful, and even prosperous rest of your day. God bless.